Well, hello, meteorologist Tracy Beene. Now, Hayden has some things to do, so I'm here with Trey Reid with Arkansas Game and Fish, and we always have a lot to talk about. I always learn something when we talk, and I'm excited about that. This time I know we've got a couple of little things to talk about, but elk, we're going to start with that, right?
Yeah.
Some deadlines coming up?
We got a deadline this coming week. We talked about this a few weeks ago. May is the time when you apply online for the highly coveted
It is highly
public
coveted.
land elk permits. You know, it is, Tracy, kind of like winning the lottery because we typically have, I don't know, 7,000 or so applications, and we've had as many as a couple of dozen permits. This year there's like 15.
Wow.
So yeah, it is like you got to be lucky, okay?
Wow.
But the only way to do that is to go to agfc.com and apply online. There's a $5 application fee, but May 31st, 11:59 p.m. coming up, about a week away. So I wanted to get one more chance in because I think Hayden and I are taking the day, the outdoor report off next week. So this is your last reminder.
It's the last reminder, kids. Got to get that done.
Now there is an opportunity. You don't hear us, you missed out, you forget to do it in the next few days. You can come up to the Buffalo River Elk Festival, which is the last weekend in June, I believe the 26th and 27th that is this year. And we'll give away 3 that you can apply for in person there.
Okay.
Game and Fish staff will be at the...
And you have to be at that event to do it?
You have to be present to win. You have to sign up there.
So a better chance of getting it then, honestly.
No, that is a great point, Tracy, because it's typically, I don't know, anywhere from 500 to 700 people apply in person.
As opposed to 7,000.
As opposed to 7,000, right.
Okay, you heard it. Last week of June?
Last week of June, 26th and 27th in Jasper, Arkansas.
Can you do both?
Absolutely. But the Elk Festival is fun anyway if you don't win. There's lots of music and
you can apply
vendors.
again.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Anyway.
So we've got Memorial Day weekend coming up. Of course, it is the unofficial kickoff of summer. And, you know, I've been talking about a lot of rain, and we've got that coming. But also we need to talk about boater safety. So, you know, coming into the fact with the weather, there may be some storms, get off the water, you know, and just making sure everybody's good.
Absolutely. That's a great point. We'll start with the weather since you're the meteorologist. But no, I did another interview about that earlier this week, and I said, you know, we are fortunate now that forecasting abilities and the technology allows us to kind of know a little farther ahead, and we've all got a weather alert system in our pockets, right? I mean, and if you don't, get a weather radio and put it on your boat. You know, they work even if your phone doesn't. But be aware of that. And speaking of being aware, that's really the main thing I want to talk about as far as boating safety. We don't want to Game and Fish come across as like preaching to you, and I know we talk about this every year, but if you look at our accident statistics that we talked about here on the Outdoor Report a few weeks ago, you'll understand we need to talk about it even more because we had 73 accidents and 17 fatalities last year, and both of those were highs for the last several years. So number one thing is just pay attention. The number one cause of boating accidents is operator inattention. Now, looking down at your phone, looking at your sonar screen if you're an angler, talking to somebody.
Yeah, people just getting in the moment a little too much.
Don't be distracted.
Right.
1A tip here, 1 and 1A, wear your life jacket. It's like a seatbelt in your car. It's the number one thing that will protect you in the case of an accident. You may not be at fault. You may be hit by another boater and you don't see him till the last minute, and that life jacket makes it much more likely that you're going to survive and not drown.
It's like when you tell your kids, I'm not worried about you, I'm worried about everybody else that's out there.
And Tracy, that's a great point. It's kind of like defensive driving, you know, in your car. You're looking ahead, behind, on both sides.
You're making the right decisions.
You got to know what the other folks around you are doing, and with that in mind, if you're going to drive the boat, look, nobody's going to tell you not to have a cold beer out there, but don't do it if you're driving. Be responsible. The effects of alcohol can be exacerbated by the wave action, the sun, the wind, and all that goes into it. So, look, boating is not inherently a dangerous activity, but let's keep it safe out there this weekend and throughout the summer.
Yeah, and I'll add in my 2 cents since I'm here talking about the weather. Again, if you hear thunder, it is time to get off the water. I know it's a lot of trouble, but lightning can really travel, you know, and it's scary, and we got to keep, you know, everyone safe.
I don't know the statistics, but I've heard, Tracy, that anglers and boaters
Yeah.
are make up a large portion of lightning strikes.
Don't dismiss it is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, make sure you're watching that radar and just, you know, take care of yourselves. We want you to make sure, you know, you get home to your families and friends and,
Absolutely.
and have a good time. So, all right, so let's get to some bass fishing. We got to talk about that as well.
Yeah, we had a big youth tournament last weekend on Lake Hamilton. The Arkansas Game and Fish Foundation, kind of our nonprofit support group, puts that on.
Right.
It's presented by Express Boats over in Hot Springs, but it was year number 8 or 9 for it, and it's turned into essentially the de facto high school state championship
That's
for
fun.
Arkansas. And so, yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Wally Walcott and Grayson Goss, who won the senior high division. Grayson's actually this week signed to fish in college, and then Bennett and Brooks Bullard won the junior division, and then Big Bass was Carson Pennington
All
from
right.
B Branch Southside won the Big Bass Award for Big Bass. So congratulations to all those young people.
Yeah.
College scholarship money for the high school winners.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Great event. Great to see all those kids out there. Congratulations to the winners. Everybody was a winner because they all walked away with great swag bags of all kinds of gear that they can use out on the water.
I love the good swag bags.
Oh, yeah.
That's always a lot of fun. All right, well, again, don't forget about those elk permits, and then secondary, go in June to the Elk Festival. We're going to be safe on the lakes, boater safety, just top priority
Paramount.
this weekend. Yeah. And then, of course, congratulations to all those winners again. So that's amazing. So you and Hayden are taking next week off, correct?
That's right.
All right, they're going to rest and they're going to relax and have a little fun. So always love talking to you. Thank you so
Thanks,
much, Trey.
Tracy. Always a pleasure.
All right, always a good time here on the Outdoor Report. They'll see you here in a couple of weeks.